Hello everyone, this is potpotsie here, and today I'm going to be showing you the new update for Minecraft, Xbox, and PlayStation. So the update is the exact same on all of the systems, so you can watch here for both the PlayStation and Xbox. You can see I'm actually playing this on an Xbox One, but again, it's going to be the same if you're playing on a PlayStation. So there's quite a huge update, many new features and changes to the game. So I'm going to show you guys from Play Game. So if you click Play Game, you'll already notice the interface is actually cleaned up and different. I actually prefer this a lot compared to what they had before. You've got a load screen, so the worlds you've already created, you can load right here on the screen. If you want to create a new one, you've got the Create tab, of course. And if you want to join your friends and play, you've now got a better multiplayer setup here. So obviously, all these tabs are very nice, and loading worlds gives you many new features. So I'm going to go to Create tab. I'm going to click Create New World just to show you guys some of the new features. So first of all, you'll notice the game modes is now a slider to switch between survival and creative. That should give more options in future as well. Difficulty, same thing. Obviously, texture packs, these were already here. But more options is where you'll see things that were not here before. So world size, of course, large. Generate structures. Now, super flat world is where most of the customizations kick in here, along with some other game options that I'll show you in a moment. So if you click super flat world, you now have this customized super flat option. So this is really awesome. So you'll notice if you make a super flat world in Minecraft, you'll have one block of bedrock, 2 dirts, and 1 grass block. But now you can actually modify these. You can edit the layer, add a new one, or delete the layer entirely. So you can add whatever layer. So I'm gonna go ahead and click edit layer. So now you can see I've got options to all these different block types. Now let's say I want to do pumpkins or something, you know, something weird. You can now go down to the layer height button and you can turn it up. You can make these layers 21, 20, whatever, pumpkins thick. Go down and hit OK. So now the layer set up for my super flat world will be a bedrock, 2 dirt, and 21 pumpkins. So obviously pumpkins would be a weird thing, but you get the point. You can create your own layers for your super flat world. They've also got biomes, so you can change the biome for your super flat worlds. Obviously, you've got many different types of biomes you can use here. You know, I'm sure most of you are familiar with most of those biomes, as well as a properties tab for modifying specific things. You can add villages, you can turn on abandoned mine shafts, you can turn up the chance that you'll go into one. Strongholds, you can also do up to 3 strongholds in your world, and you can also change the spacing of how far in between there has to be. So you could say up to 864 meters before you can hit another stronghold, or you can make it around 500 meters if you prefer to have them close together. Now also, you've got the biome specific spacing here, so you can change the biomes and how far apart they're spaced. You can add dungeons, decorations, lakes, and lava lakes if you'd like. You can turn those things off as well. So you've got many options for your super flat world here, much more like the PC version, what people have actually been wanting to have. So if you go back, I'm going to click OK. I'm going to go to the game options screen. So game options also has quite a few new options here. So you're obviously familiar with things like online game, invite only, player versus player. But now if you enable host privileges, you'll be able to change the daylight cycle, so you can keep it always day, always night, always evening, whenever you want it to be. You can stop the weather cycle, disable that so that you won't have the weather changing on you. So, you know, if you don't want this, if you like, let's say you like the sunniness, you know, you don't want rain all the time, you just turn that off, you're good to go. And then you've got a few other things with mob spawning and such, some very useful options, obviously. I think many people will like this. Now, if we go backwards, I'm going to go ahead and go back again. I'm going to go to load, and I'm going to load just a random world, okay? It's going to be a survival world, so I'll go ahead and just enter into here and say load. And this is just to demonstrate the new crafting model. So basically, you can actually use the old PC crafting on your Minecraft game. So what you do is you hit pause, you go to help and options, down below to settings, user interface, and now you've got this classic crafting toggle, okay? Now, if you turn this on, it switches your crafting from Xbox-like crafting to the PC. So I'll show you guys what that looks like. So now if I go to my inventory, you'll see the crafting screen. Now, if you've only played the Xbox and you've never seen the PC, you might not be familiar with this, but this is where you would craft. There is no crafting screen like you're used to on Xbox. So now if I want to craft something, I'll take a couple oak woods, pop them in my inventory here, and I can click this to craft them, just like the PC. Now what you do to build a crafting bench, This is the recipe. You have to have 4 wooden planks, I guess. Take a crafting bench. Now, when you have a crafting bench, if you use it, you get 9, okay? You get a 3x3 table for your crafting purposes. You know, let's say you want to craft up some sticks, whatever, you know, a sword. A sword would be 1 stick, and then 2 of these. This would be a wooden sword, of course. But the crafting model is just like the PC, and so many people have requested this for so long because, honestly, I think it's very fun to have to know the recipes, get the recipes, look them up on the wiki or whatever, you know, and try to memorize the recipes and actually build them yourself. To me, that changes Minecraft a lot. I always love that about the PC version. Xbox and Pocket Edition have changed their models to be more of an automatic crafting because they want to make it more simple, you know. It's a little bit harder to craft this way, honestly. I mean, you've only got a little cursor. It's a bit harder to control than a PC, of course, with a mouse. But I still think it's really fun, and honestly, for myself, I think I might just use this method on the Xbox version because I really like it. And obviously, this is for the PlayStation as well. You also have that option. Now, I'm going to go ahead and go out and show you some of the new blocks. So I'm going to exit game and go over to my world that I prepared with the new blocks. So TU25, I'm going to hit load. This is a creative world just so I can show you guys the new blocks they've added. So first of all, you'll notice that different types of woods craft different types of fences and fence gates. So you've got all these, oh shoot, I didn't mean to break that. I was clicking the other button. Obviously that was an oak one, you've got oak. And then you've got these different types of jungle wood and such. You can craft the different colors, which makes it much more fun and interesting if you're trying to craft up certain colors. Now also, panes, they've added glass pane blocks and glass panes here that are see-through. Of course, all of these are see-through, but these ones are actually thin panes, and these are just the glass blocks here. So you can do different colored versions now, which is really cool, especially for decorative purposes, obviously. Now, over here, you also notice this is the classic Minecraft door you're used to, and these ones are crafted from different types of wood. So this would be a jungle door because it's crafted from jungle planks, and this is a birch tree planks. So you can craft from birch. So you've got different types of doors that you can use, which makes the game obviously really fun. I love some of these door types depending on what kind of building you're making, if it's a house and whatnot. Now over here, I'm going to show you the trap doors. So they added iron trap doors. So you've got these classic wooden ones, right? You're all familiar with these trap doors. These ones you cannot open up with your hands. It requires power. So I put a pressure plate just to demonstrate to you what happens. So these iron trap doors will move with power added from redstone. So those are pretty sweet. Obviously, you could use those in your engineering. Now over here, we have the daylight sensors. These were already in Minecraft Xbox. You're probably familiar. But now you can invert them, okay? So if you click on them, you can invert them between. So right now, this one, the non-blue, so we'll just switch them all like this. This is a normal daylight sensor. So what this does is this creates power if it has sunlight, okay? That's what that's doing right now. However, if you click it, you'll see the power goes away. It is now inverted to night mode. So this will create power if it has no sunlight. So if it's nighttime, this redstone will be powered, and that's exactly what that does, and many people love that, and that's obviously useful, especially depending what kind of map you're trying to make. Now, one of the last features I'm going to show you guys that they've added is the book and quill, okay? Now, if you use a book and quill, you can type on it, but what they also added was you could type like this. If I click, I can start typing, right? But it takes a long time to type on Minecraft Xbox. You wouldn't really be able to reasonably type a book, but they also added keyboard support. So I plugged in my keyboard here on USB, and I can type on my actual keyboard. Hello there. How are you? I am writing a book. And then you can type your book with a USB keyboard. So you just plug it into your Xbox and you can actually type it. So that makes it much more reasonable to write a book, obviously. Writing one otherwise on the Xbox controls would be a pain. And you also, if you have a chat adapter, I guess, for your Xbox controller with buttons with the keyboard, you can also type on there for your book and quill. So that's obviously a very cool thing. And now they've also got a bunch of bug fixes, but we won't go into that because I just wanted to go over the main features for the update. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this update video, and I will see you guys next time in more Minecraft.